The world offers money, the world offers fun, but there ain't nothing like getting called young. Do I regret becoming a priest so young? I was 25 years old when I got ordained. Do I now look back and wish that I'd done something else for a few years and then come back and been a priest later? Hey guys, I'm Father David Michael Moses. I am a Catholic priest. And if you enjoy these types of videos, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on future content. So I started really thinking about priesthood when I was 16 years old. I went on a silent retreat then. And if you want to hear more about that, let me know in the comments. But over those next couple of years, I just prayed a lot about what God wanted me to do and ultimately felt a really strong call to the seminary. So when I was 18, I had a choice to make. I was looking at going to the seminary to study to be a priest or going to law school to become a lawyer. I had kind of a unique track academically where I actually started college when I was 14 years old. I did 4 years of college so that when I was 18, I actually had my bachelor's degree already. So I actually had a lot of people telling me, just go to law school for 3 years, then you'll have your JD, and then you'll have options. If you wanna go to seminary then, you totally can.
Should I go for it?
And I would hear lots of that kind of stuff. Why not wait and enjoy your life a little bit first? You can always be a priest later. Do the other stuff, and if you still want to be a priest, you can always come back. And God certainly calls men at different times, different ages, but I really felt like God wanted me now. So the analogy I would kind of use is, let's say you're a young single guy, and there's this girl, and she comes to you, and she's pretty flirtatious, right? Like she's making it very clear, she's dropping hints that she really likes you. And she's awesome. She's beautiful, she's smart, she's holy. And it's very clear that she likes you and she wants something more. Would you tell her like, hey, you know, I like you too.
I like you.
I think you're great, you're awesome. But I think I'm gonna go and date some other people just to see if there's something else that I like better out there. And then if none of that really works out, then I'll come back. And if I still like you, then we can date, then we can get married. That would be crazy, right? To have like this incredible opportunity for love with an amazing person and to go try to look for something else or to delay it for some unknown. No, if you really liked them, then you'd be willing to sacrifice everything that could be to be with them now because they're enough. And for me, even at 18 years old, I felt like Jesus was enough. And that if he was inviting me, if he was opening the door for me to come follow him in a really radical way, then I should probably go. My response was yes. So seminary was 7 years for me. I ended up being 25 when I got ordained. That's actually the youngest you can be according to church law. So I was the youngest priest in the diocese. I might have been the youngest, one of the youngest in the US at the time too. I'm not really sure. But it was pretty crazy showing up at the parish the first day, and most of the people were a lot older than me, but everybody called me father. My joke was that most of my kids were older than me, and it was just deeply beautiful to get to be a father at that age. So, do I regret becoming a priest so young? Not at all. In fact, I consider it a huge blessing that I was called young, that I had the chance to forsake everything I could have been in the world and to bet everything on Christ. I'm glad I had the chance to choose Jesus first without tasting what the world could offer. You know, we don't call Jesus the sheep of God. We call him the Lamb of God. Why? Because a lamb is young and innocent. And when you sacrifice something young, you don't just sacrifice what it is, you sacrifice everything it could be, everything it could become. And the sacrifice of Christ was the sacrifice of everything he could have been, but instead what he chose to be for us. It showed what he valued. And for a young man to come and give his life entirely to the Lord, like a lamb, sacrificing not just what he is, but everything that he could be, then that shows what he really values. Shows what he really cares about. Looking back on these last few years, I can't imagine that 3 years of law school would have been better than this. The baptisms, the weddings, the confessions, the moments of encounter, the joy, the friendships, the people I've gotten to know. I don't think I would trade this stuff for anything. There's something really beautiful about saying yes when you're young. I would do it 1,000 times over again. Because when you give up your best years in the world, you get some pretty incredible years as a priest. Hope you guys found that helpful. Make sure that you let me know in the comments what you think. Subscribe so you don't miss future videos, and you can check out some of my recent videos here, and we'll see you guys in the next one. My age ain't a problem. I get the job done. There ain't nothing like getting called young. Like getting called young.